Australian slang. It's like a language within a language. Colourful tapestry of phrases and words that can leave outsiders scratching their heads in bewilderment. But for those of us who call Australia home, it's a source of pride, a nod to our laid-back approach to life and our fondness for shortening just about everything. Let's have a yarn about this distinctive nature of Australian culture. Aussie slang is like a linguistic shortcut, a way of speaking that's as direct and no-nonsense as the Australian spirit. It's peppered with abbreviations, diminutives, and playful rhymes. You've got arvo for afternoon, barbie for barbecue, and bikkie for biscuit. It's as if our language has been through the hot Aussie sun, trimmed down, made more casual, and ready for a relaxed chat over a cold drink. Australian slang also includes phrases that capture the Australian ethos. Take fair dinkum, for example. It's an affirmation of truth or authenticity, a declaration that you're speaking from the heart. Or, no worries, as a phrase that sums up the Australian attitude toward life, relaxed, optimistic, and untroubled. This penchant for slang has deep roots in Australian history. It reflects our multicultural heritage, drawing influences from Aboriginal languages, British Cockney rhyming slang, and expressions brought by immigrants from all over the world. It's a linguistic melting pot, much like Australia itself. One of the most endearing aspects of Aussie slang is its sense of humour. Australians are known for their dry wit, and our slang is often laced with irony and playful teasing. We're not afraid to poke fun at ourselves and each other, and our slang is a reflection of this. Terms like bogan, someone who's a bit rough around the edges, or larrikin, a mischievous or unruly person, are said with a twinkle in the eye, a shared understanding that we're all in this together, flaws and all. Slang also varies across the vast expanse of Australia. What's commonly heard in the bustling streets of Sydney might differ from the phrases used in the remote towns of the outback. This diversity is a testament to the vastness of the Australian landscape and the different lifestyles it encompasses. Now, while Australian slang is a source of national pride, it can be confusing for visitors. Imagine landing in Australia and being greeted with, "G'day mate, how's it going?" Followed by, "Grab your sunnies, we're going to have a ripper of a day at the beach and maybe chuck a snack on the barbie later." It's enough to make an outsider's head spin. But this confusion is often met with good-natured help and explanations, a demonstration of the Aussie spirit of friendliness and inclusivity. The use of slang also speaks to the Australian tendency to not take things too seriously. In a world that's often formal and rigid, Australian slang is a breath of fresh air, a reminder to not get too caught up in the hustle and bustle. It's about finding joy in the simple things like a conversation with a mate or the beauty of a sunset. And yet, in recent years, there's been a bit of a shift. With the rise of global communication and the influence of American media, some of the traditional Australian slang is being lost, replaced by more universal terms. It's a reminder of the ever-changing nature of language and culture. But fear not, Australian slang is far from extinct. It's still thriving, especially in rural areas and among older generations. It's also celebrated in Australian literature, music and cinema, a nod to the quirky, charming and sometimes baffling way we Aussies have with words. In the end, Australian slang is more than just a collection of colloquialisms. It's a reflection of our national identity. It's about camaraderie, a laid-back lifestyle and a love for the land we call home. It's a language that invites you to kick off your shoes, relax and have a good yarn. And in a world that's often too serious, perhaps we could all use a bit more of that Aussie spirit.